What up, YouTube? It's your boy John Luke 072000, and today I'm here to talk to you about Magic the Gathering. Of course, it's a Magic the Gathering channel. And I'm on vacation right now, so I just kind of wanted to put up a video while I had some free time and maybe talk to you guys about some stuff that's been going on in the community lately, and just kind of check in and tell a story for anyone that listens. This is going to be like a no edit video. It's going to be me kind of hanging out. I'm just I don't have my computer on me to edit, so I'm just going to do like a ranty style video. So recently we've seen the bans of MTG Headquarters / Unsleeved Media. It's basically MTG Headquarters. He doesn't talk about any other game. Come on, Jeremy. If you're going to be MTG Headquarters or be MTG Headquarters, if you're going to be Unsleeved Media, be Unsleeved Media. And talk about different games. I know you've done like unboxings for Dragon Ball Super and stuff like that, but you have personally hit close to home because I love HeroClix. I love that game. It's a fantastic game if anyone's never played it. It's ridiculously complex, huge learning curve, but once you get into it, like, it's super fun. Really fun game. And you've never opened any HeroClix or talked about HeroClix on your channel, as far as I know. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But don't have any intro, family. If you're going to talk about it. Just kidding, Jeremy. I'm a big fan of yours. If you ever see this video, huge fan. We've also seen Travis Wicked banned in the same cycle. And possibly MTG Lion being banned. Which, I mean, out of all the bans, is the most ridiculous. If they are actually going to ban MTG Lion instead of just investigating him, we're going to need some explanation. Because MTG Lion is only, while he is a drama channel, I'm not going to lie, like, he's not constructively adding to the community. He is like kind of like a tabloid Magic the Gathering content provider on YouTube. You can't just ban people because you don't agree with what they're saying. And if you do, I don't think you will ban Tony, Wizard of the Coast, because litigation. I think Tony's willing to go to court with you, and it doesn't seem like it's kind of worth it. Like, sure, you can feed your lawyer something to have fun with for a while, but I don't think Hasbro would be very excited about an actual, what could turn out to be a very serious, large lawsuit, because you wanted to ban someone for disagreeing with you. So here's kind of why I'm making the video. I was banned for 6 months for Magic the Gathering. And a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people, wouldn't think that I would be the type of player to be banned. I never cheated. I never really spoke out negatively against Wizard of the Coast. And, I don't really do social media like that other than YouTube. So I was banned for 6 months for essentially dropping from a tournament early. No, like, it's a real thing. Hold on. Like, I dropped immediately from a pre-release and got banned for 6 months. So the tournament was the Future Sight pre-release. It was my first ever DCI sanctioned event. And it involved me and everyone from my LGS getting banned for 6 months. So this was the Future Sight pre-release. For people who don't know, I started playing Magic the Gathering Planet Chaos. Took a break during college, which is why I didn't get any videos. But Planet Chaos was the set after Time Spiral. So the block was Time Spiral, Planar Chaos, and then Future Sight was the next set. Most people know Future Sight for Pact of Negation, the Pact series, and Tarmogoyf, and the cards with the weird funky borders. That's essentially what people know Future Sight for. So we went to the pre-release in Durham, North Carolina, which is a larger city in North Carolina. It's one of the few big cities. There's probably around 5 or so that are very large and have millions of people that live in the city. And pre-releases didn't used to be LGS events. Every store wouldn't have a pre-release. Pre-releases were essentially for stores that were very large, or they were a regional event held at convention centers and banquet halls and hotels and things like that. So this particular event was held, I think, at a Hilton, in a banquet hall of a Marriott. It was actually a Marriott. And we went there and gathered with everyone from the community, but by the time we got there late, and they were firing the last pod of pre-release because, there's hundreds of people here. They fire them in pods. And I just, I was with the people from my LGS. I had learned to play with my friends, and then went to my LGS, and I was the youngest person in my LGS, and also I was the newest person to my LGS playgroup. And we decided that we were going to go to this pre-release in Durham. So it was probably about an hour drive from there. And we went there and we signed up for a pre-release. By the time we were there, the last pod was firing, like I said. We were kind of done with it. We sat around for a while waiting for the pod to fire. It was already like 5 p.m. We were trying to leave. So we decided that the best thing to do would be just to get our packs and from the sealed event, wait for our pod to fire, and then immediately drop and just leave and draft at our LGS. Now, we drafted our LGS 2 times a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. And it was never DCI sanctioned. It was all done on pen and paper, really old school. And we would never, there was no prize support. So we drafted for $11. $11 was the price of prize support. Or the price to draft. It was $11. And there was no prize support. The prize support was, the cards that were opened, the rares that were opened, would all be put into a pool at the end of the draft. When you open your pack, you reveal your rare, which obviously takes a little strategy out of the game, out of the draft. But 1, reduces cost, and 2, prevents rare drafting for value, obviously. And the person who won first we would do a draft at the end, like I said, and the person who got first would get the first pick of all the rares that were opened in the entire draft. And we would do that. Second place would get the second pick, third place would get the third pick, all the way down to last, and then it would start over again. It was not a snake draft. It was just you start again. So that's kind of how it worked. That was the incentive to win, was you got the best cards. You got the best card pulled from the draft. And that was very bad. Never won. So we went to the Future Sight pre-release, got our packs from the sealed event, and we decided we were going to drop. So we drop. We let our judge know, we shake the people's hand across the table from us, and we're just we're dropping, have a good day. So we tell the judge. And the judge is you can drop, that's fine. But since the packs have not been opened, we're going to have to just refund you. You can't leave with the packs of an unreleased set. That's just not going to happen. We refused. we said no. We said we wanted to take the packs that we've paid for them and that we would like to leave. And they said, no, you have to give them back. We refused a second time. And they said, okay, that's fine. But that will result in everyone in your group receiving a 6-month DCI ban. And you're like, whatever. We don't play DCI sanctioned tournaments. That's fine. So we left. And we took our packs and our ban and went back to the store and pinned our DCI cards up on the wall as a trophy of our memory of being banned of our entire store being banned for 6 months. Now, did I play in any DCI sanctioned event for the next 6 months? Yeah, I did. I definitely did. I played in a couple of Friday Night Magics, including the first tournament I've ever won in my life was under a pseudonym. And in 2 pre-releases, I think. I didn't miss a pre-release I missed one pre-release missed the Lore Run pre-release, and then the Morning Tide and Eventide pre-releases I went to, and I played under a pseudonym. I also started playing Friday Night Magic in that time because our LGS shut down. But the entire time of my ban, essentially, I was playing sanctioned Magic from the DCI. And I registered a new DCI card, when I went to an LGS in a different town for I think it was the Morning Tide pre-release. It might have been the Shadowmoor pre-release. No, it was the Morning Tide pre-release. So the Morning Tide pre-release, I later went back for the Shadowmoor pre-release. The Morning Tide pre-release, I registered a name of PHIS was the first name, Fizz. The last name was TINAS, Tenace. And I played in the Morningstar pre-release there. I played in multiple events at a different LGS. There were Friday Night Magic's DCI sanctioned under this pseudonym that I had no identification for, because they don't check your identification when you sign up for a DCI number. They don't. You don't. You just write it in, you fill it in, and they don't check it. There is no identification process for DCI sanctions. So, I played in multiple Friday Night Magics where the people who became some of my best friends, became my LGS, they called me Fizz. They called me Fizz, PHIS, Fizz, because that's the way I was called out there in rounds. That's the way I introduced myself, and that's the way they knew me, was Fizz. So, a lot of people still to this day, if I go to that LGS, if they played there during that time, would call me Fizz. Including J.R. Bushwick, who's I can still consider one of my longtime friends. We haven't talked in a while. I hope you watch this video, buddy. He knows me as Fizz before he knew me as John. So I played so much Magic under my pseudonym. I played in the Morningtide pre-release, countless FNMs, the Eventide pre-release, the Shadowmoor pre-release, the multiple pre-releases, multiple Friday Night Magics, and if you don't care about playing in Grand Prix, Pro Tours, multiple other things, you never have to worry, ever have to worry about a DCI sanctioned ban. If you want to talk about Magic on your channel, if you want to talk about it on Facebook, or talk about unpopular opinions on Facebook, on Twitter, cool. They can DCI ban you. But if you just want to play at your store at after release, you can easily make a new DCI number under John Smith, Jane Doe, Kyle Parker, whatever. Doesn't matter. And you can play Magic with your friends still. Do I think that Jeremy and Travis are still playing Magic? Yeah. It's pretty obvious that at least Jeremy is still playing Magic. I think Travis kind of seems like he's not. But you can still play Magic. You can still play Magic and hang out with your friends at your local game store just under a pseudonym. Just under a pseudonym. And it's all it takes. It's just signing up for another DCI number. It doesn't matter. So before I lose everyone, I'm pretty sure I already have. Let's talk about the funniest thing that ever happened with this pseudonym and kind of why I signed up for the pseudonym in the first place. Okay, so the pseudonym was Fizz Tenace, which, if you put it all together and say it fast, is Fist Tenace. Fist in ass. Which was my 15, 16-year-old version of comedy. Shout out to Dustin for that great name. But the greatest thing that ever happened with that pseudonym was I was at a pre-release tournament, and it was the Eventide pre-release, again in Durham, North Carolina, a different event, different location, maybe my third or fourth big tournament, and pre-releases used to be big events. They were really cool. I wish kids these days and even people who were newer to the game got to experience pre-releases the way I did when I was a kid. It was super cool. But I was intentionally late to every round. Every single round of this pre-release because I wanted them to say, Fist and ass, you're late to your round 3 pod of your pre-release. Fist and ass to table 3. And I would sit down and my opponent would laugh and I would shake their hand and begin playing. The coolest thing, some of my favorite memories from actually playing Sanctioned Magic tournaments came from my 6-month DCI ban. I hope if you did make it to the end, you enjoyed it. And I hope you appreciated the story, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Thank you so much for being a watcher of this channel. It means so much after I have not played Magic in years, and I'm just now getting back into it. And I'm going to make a video about that soon. Or, just coming in, you have no clue who I am. If you listen to this 20-minute long video, thank you so much. Hope you all have a great afternoon. Thank you so much for watching again. Please subscribe, like the video if you made it this long, and leave a comment below if you'd like to talk. I'm very good about responding to comments. And have a great day. Goodbye.